Guys, did I mention how much I love this trolling motor? Ricky did a fantastic job. The new breaker is working on it. Everything's going good. Got complete control, complete reverse, complete full forward. I am loving this. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Ken Johnson. So, a lot has happened. And a lot of times what happens is that I will video multiple things and hold them until it's the appropriate time to release them. And when that happens, a lot of times life also happens. So, I film things and then I forget about it for a while. And then it's like, where did I put those files? Sometimes I thought I might have downloaded the files, and I didn't, and the files are sitting on a camera or something, a phone or whatever. And so I have to assemble them. I say all that to say that about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I bought a boat and there was an issue. And so isn't this just gorgeous? Man, that tree right there is a good 6.5, 7 foot wide at least, and one across the way probably a good 10 foot across. These are some old trees. Here we go. We had to rebuild the trolling motor, and that I'll put a link to that video here. And little pieces, so that's what we're doing, little by little.
Problem solved. See all this? That is water. It's got all up in there. That's rust all over that armature there. This spins against that magnet, and that's what makes the whole thing go. It's what makes the world go round, as they say. Now, we noticed in that kit that Ken got, this has been worked on before. And these bolts here, there's supposed to be O-ring seals in there. And of course, there's one on the shaft here. And there were none, there is no O-rings there. So over time that water has leaked in there, caused that mess right there.
That video is taking off. If you need to rebuild a trolling motor, I show my mistakes and also my successes. But in that process, I did not put a breaker. And you need a breaker. It's actually Coast Guard regulation. Most people don't realize that, but it's actually Coast Guard regulation. And I didn't have a breaker on it. You need the breaker to be roughly about 10 amps over what your trolling motor is rated at. That tends to be about the standard. And I'm still new to boats. I don't claim to be an expert about this. So we went fishing. Went fishing earlier this year. If you remember the dam fishing video where we went to Tallahassee, I'll put a link to that video here. Go fishing out of town, they said. It's only a few hours away, they said. Easy drive, they said. Beautiful weather, they said. Yeah, the things that we do. Hopefully I'll have an epic fishing trip coming up soon that you can watch. Well, we're at the dam. Got Austin with us. Hello. We're going to see what we do with some striped bass, white bass, sunshine bass, anything along that nature. They already set off the sirens. They've already opened up some gates, going to open up some more. You can see the lake just pouring over the boundaries over there, so it's fixing to get rough and tumble. Big channel. Big channel. My goodness. That is a big channel, guys. Alright guys, we got another catfish online that we gotta get. It's a big one. And then the stripers are moving in, so it's time for us to catch them too. So I'll be right back. Well, we got a problem. I'm out of juice. I don't know what's happening, but I cannot control the boat now from this right here. Well, I didn't realize it, but we were in heavy waters, and with no breaker, that trolling motor was using up every ounce of energy it could, and those wires just melted. That trolling motor was now a boat anchor. It was dead. I didn't realize it. I tried fishing a few other times, never could get to work. My friend Ricky Wallace, he said, I've got one. We'll put it on there. So we did this video probably about March or April. If you've seen some fishing videos since then, you probably will notice this trolling motor. Alright, I've been using that trolling motor. It's been working fine, but it's a new to me trolling motor. Ricky gave it to me. I very much appreciate it. So I'm going to show that. We didn't have the exact part that I needed, so I'm going to show you after we install it. I ordered the part, got the part on there. I'm going to also show you how I did my battery hookup setup, and we'll go from there. Alright, today we're going to try to figure out what's wrong with the old Minn Kota. See if we can't get her going back to her former glory. Since I really don't have a shop to work at, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, disconnect the positive side from the battery, and I'm going to remove these screws up under here and see if we can't do something. Houston, we have found our problem. I've got melted wires and burnt wires, and it smells of burnt plastic in here. So we had a short somewhere in here that messed that up. And that's where the problem is. Looking all down in here, we have got melted wires everywhere. So, yeah. Well, we're at the boat trying to get everything handled, and got Ricky here. He's pretty much gonna be doing a lot of the heavy lifting. He's gonna help me out a lot here, so I'm just gonna take. Alright, as is part of my channel, GoPro shut down on me. Yay. So anyway, what we're going to be doing is changing out this trolling motor for something else. So we're going to put on a different trolling motor. We're going to set up a system to make sure that I don't ever have this happen again. And I'm just going to kind of pop in from here and there to tag you in on it, let you see. But this is not going to be a how-to. I'm just kind of documenting what we're doing, and if there's any parts I think that are critically important, there's Ricky right there. But if there's anything I think is critically important, we'll do that. But for the most part, we're just going to be working. All right, so we already got this on there. Pretty simple. It's really simple when somebody else does the work for you, so that makes it really nice. We're getting the little foot thing over here set up the way we want it, and then we're going to be doing the wiring. We're going to be high-tech now and set up a plug system, so it just kind of screws in, and at the end of the day I just kind of take it out when I'm done. There won't be any power or anything of that nature, so that's what we're doing now, is just getting all that set up.
Let's go through, drill another hole.
Yeah.
We have the technology.
Alright, we'll be back in a little bit. Alright, so took a magnet and a bunch of stuff, and basically we snaked the wires through. Now Ricky's stripping off the wires. These things have a little screw on them, and we just got put the wires through the little hole there, and it'll screw into it. And nice little connector there. Pretty easy. Actually pretty straightforward. You just gotta make sure you put the positive where the positive belongs. Of course, it wouldn't be one of my videos without a helicopter, so you've never seen that before. That's some self-soldering connectors. They are a godsend when you're doing this type of work. Alright guys, so we've got the batteries, got them hooked up. We're going to have to get a little thing here, but this is the battery reader. We got hooked up to the fuse box, got a breaker for the trolling motor. Got everything cinched up, so eventually we'll put in a plug, but we had to change plans on the plug. You need this little battery gauge right here. You need to get one of them if you have lithium batteries. And so you can hook batteries up in series or in parallel. One adds voltage, one adds amperage. So I've got these set up, I want to say they're parallel, so they're staying at right at 12.8, 12.9 volts, and then it'll be 200 milliamp or 200 amp hours. So
and we did put a multimeter on there to make sure. Right,
you always want to make sure you do that before you hook up anything, otherwise you can fry stuff bad. And then I've got the fuse box here, we got it labeled and good to go there. So just a matter of making sure everything's tightened up and then getting all these wires kind of out of the way a little bit, and we're good to go.
Power port.
Yeah, power port. Got power port up here. So see that right there? Got a nice little light, LED light.
USB.
Yep. Eventually what I'll do is I'll put it in a master shut off, and then that way that will shut all the power off to the boat at any given time, but that's for another day deal. So that's what we're working on, folks. We'll be back once something more interesting happens.
We only needed 2 tools.
Yeah. Well guys, we got the trolling motor on. We went over to the depth finder, worked on that some. Rearranged all that, fixed that, got some little wire fasteners on the boat, got all that siliconed, and we'll let that set for a little bit. We'll give it a try, and then we're going to go take it fishing. So you'll see me in an upcoming video. I'll be doing a fishing video. We'll see how it works. And then shortly thereafter, you should see Ricky, and he will be with me on another fishing trip shortly thereafter. Well guys, we are out at an undisclosed location fishing for sheephead. I didn't film an intro, and I didn't film us going out to the first spot because first spot was so bad that it was just too dangerous. The waves were too high and my boat motor's messing up. I don't know what's wrong with the boat motor. So we're at this location. It's a sheltered location. I got Rachel with us. If you've watched my Cooking with Ken channel, Rachel did a review of canned tamales. I apologize for that. I'm apologizing to Rachel. Nobody deserves that, but anyway. So Rachel wanted to go fishing. How many times have you been fishing, Rachel?
None.
None?
This is my first time. First
time, all right. So I'm gonna try to get her on some sheephead, maybe. You never know. I've caught stingrays in this area. I've caught all sorts of good things, so you never know what you're gonna catch here. And so we'll be back when we got something interesting. Okay, one thing we need to do is take the breaker off. I also wanted to show this because we're gonna fix this up a little bit better. But if you'll look, it's only down one bar. That ain't bad at all. That's pretty good. I'm very proud of that. So I think that's awesome. Alright, so this is the old circuit breaker here. This is the new one, the waterproof one. Has a little thing that when it pops, you just reset it here. Makes it a lot easier. So you got one side going in, then you got another side going in. Very simple process. So we're going to go ahead and load this in. Alright, so this one is a little different. It requires a connection to the battery. It don't actually connect on the battery. So what we're going to do is connect this directly to the battery with a 6 AWG connector. There we go. Tighten down. This will connect to the battery. There is a spot where I can screw it in here. There's not much room, but I may eventually screw it in someplace where I can get to it a little easier. Something like here or somewhere. I may find, I'll have to work around that, but I'm gonna put the caps on it right now. And then hook this up to the battery. Actually, sun's setting, so before it gets too dark, I figured I'd go ahead and be working on this project here. I've got this little thing right here. I'm gonna measure it out. I'm gonna take this off, take my Dremel tool, and I'm going to cut me a hole here. This will kind of make it a little bit more waterproof. We'll just use a soap dish from Walmart to fit in here for this right here. So I'm going to measure this out and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the box that needs to be cut out, and the little slot needs to be cut for that wire. So we'll do that. Okay, I got this cut. Now we can fit it in and make sure it's about the right fit-ish. Okay, so there was a little crack here. It was a little tighter than what I thought, and it cracked the plastic, but that's fine. What we'll do is put some silicone around everything, and it'll be totally fine. Well guys, this right here, I got it on wide open. trolling motor is working like a champ. So Ricky, this trolling motor is working great. Got a little bit of wobble at high speeds. When I lower it down, no wobble whatsoever. So whatever it is, there's a little bit of wobble at high speeds, but not much. Guys, did I mention how much I love this trolling motor? Ricky did a fantastic job. The knee breaker is working on it. Everything's going good. Got complete control, complete reverse, complete full forward. I am loving this. Just trolling along here. New location. Ricky, I think we found our brim boat right there that we can use. Just a little bitty one. I mean, it's only probably about, what, 14 foot wide, 30 foot long, 35 foot long. Be perfect for bluegill. Definitely a bluegill boat. Yep. We could definitely do that. It's a Cayman 58. So there we go. Even has a grill on it. Perfect. Yeah, definitely we need to take this brim fishing. So after using the boat all day long, the battery bar never did change. So I mean, I was using this all day. The trolling motor, everything never went down. Loving the lithium batteries. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it took so long to get it out. Sorry, Ricky. He asked me last month when I was going to put it out, and I just now found all the videos. So life happens, unfortunately, and when you put things off, when you're doing a bunch of things, I was dealing with a bum shoulder, and so I couldn't even use my boat for a while, so I couldn't do videos. It was problematic, but I do apologize to everybody. I'm trying to get everything back organized, back in line. I'll get going with constant content moving forward, so be expecting that. Please comment down below if you've had a similar problem, or if you knew about the breaker, or you didn't know about the breaker, because a lot of people I talk about and they're like, what are you talking about? I don't ever use one. Put a breaker on it. Otherwise you're gonna have a boat anchor. But please comment down below, like, share, subscribe. All that really does help out, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.